Join us in the magical, mystical land of supernatural Sedona for a sacred spring equinox celebration beyond the matrix, a 5D ascension experience. On the morning of the equinox, we'll greet the rising sun on the grand portal of Bell Rock. Many spiritually inspired authors, speakers, and practitioners dedicated to the awakening and ascension of humanity will be presenting at this event. I'm so incredibly delighted that my dear friend and world-renowned spiritual teacher and author, Maureen St. Germain, will be presenting at our beautiful Beyond the Matrix Spring Equinox event here in Sedona. Thank you for joining us, Maureen, and please tell us all about your presentation at this event.
This event is going to contain a lot of information. It's going to be experiential and allow you to have some experiences where you're going to move into a space in your heart and then open up the channels in your body with a very specific set of invocations and prayers. And this work is so powerful that everyone who does it will have an experience, they'll have an opening. Now, it's very important that you begin to understand what's really happening with this shift from 3D to 5D. Many people have said that it's going to be an event or it's going to be some specific thing. But my guidance has been different than that. My guidance has said that it's going to be a gradual shift and we're going to hit critical mass and then everyone's going to wake up in 5D. But we have not hit critical mass yet. In addition, you and I are already sliding into 5D and then sliding back down. And I will teach you how to know that and how to recognize that. In addition, one of the things that is critical to this work is to begin to understand that we're not going to go to 5D and stay there. We're going to rise up to 5D, try it out, see how we do, and then slide back into our old patterns. Because these things do not shift overnight. Your body wouldn't shift. Your body wouldn't be able to take the hit. And emotionally, you wouldn't be able to take the hit. Mentally, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. What I mean is the transformation is so powerful that unless you're going to have, a near-death experience where you can experience unconditional love and the direct light of God, it's nearly impossible to make that kind of a shift and live in a body and be here every day. So this is why I say the game has changed. And the best way to explain that is to think about the fact that we call football, and in Europe they call soccer football. And there's two different kinds of games, but they're both played with the foot and with the ball. American football is a game of conquest. Soccer is a gentleman's game. It's a game of skill. It's slightly different, and it has a different set of rules. So that'll give you an idea. You might think it's the same game when hearing the word football. And yet we know from understanding what's going on in other parts of the world that they use the term football for soccer. So that's a start.
Very good.
And then I want to talk to you about being there for the event. I was with Hunbat's men at Chichen Itza in 2012, in December, when we saw this galactic shift. And you might say to yourself, why is it important to be there? And the answer is, when you are there with a group, in real person, in real time, your collective energy amounts to something. And that collective energy then has the capacity to attract a level of lights that you would not otherwise be able to participate in. You benefit from the people who have more light than you do, and others benefit from the fact that you have more light than them. So everybody wins in this situation. We win in volume by the sheer numbers of the people, and we win by our presence in the exact point in time where the stars line up And the constellations produce this solstice, this event that allows us to have the experience of a rebirthing. If you've ever done rebirthing work, you know how dramatic it is, and you know that you can come out of it a different person. And that's what we're looking for you, that you will have this experience and become a different person. The person you've always wanted to be, and the person you intend to be this year and every day in the future.
So beautifully expressed, Maureen. And we are so excited that this will include a sunrise meditation on Bell Rock, where we will be greeting the rising sun of the equinox. And as we know, ancient cultures built entire temples around the rising sun of the equinox. Can you share with us why it's so important to greet that rising sun and what we can do to make the most out of that experience?
All ancient cultures have had prayers to the rising sun, and it is the invitation to match your heart with the sun and the energy of the sun behind the sun. So the prayer that many of us have done over many centuries is a prayer that invites Helios and the beloved partner Vesta to come into our hearts, magnify us, and then magnify the earth. And we are using our free will to transform the earth. We are the ones we've been waiting for. This is what Sedona does for you. Everyone talks about the red rocks, and there's scientific proof that explains the iron ore in the rocks actually causes your own body, especially your mental body, to line up in a way that is a match for the other parts of your body. Because remember, we have 4 lower bodies. So sometimes our physical body or our mental body or emotional body are out of alignment. And what we want is for everything to just kind of mesh together and be in alignment. And being near those rocks is profound. It makes a tremendous difference. So, pull out the plug. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how to make sure you get there. And this is a technique that I have used all of my adult life, and it has always worked. And that is write the dates on your calendar. So, as you look at what you're going to be doing in the future, you put down Sedona, and the dates are Wednesday and Thursday. Go ahead with the dates. I don't have it in front of me.
The dates are Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and 20th.
19th and 20th. So Tuesday and Wednesday. And just put it down. And then go to your altar, even if you don't have an altar, wherever you have your crystals or your favorite statues or whatever you might have, or you can use the altar of your heart, of course, and say, I am willing to go. I need help with my obstacles. Maybe your obstacle is money. Maybe your obstacle is time off from work. Maybe your obstacle is doggy care or grandma care. It doesn't matter. And then the last thing is any other obstacles that I haven't thought of. And if you can, write it out and put it on your dresser or your altar. And watch the universe make everything happen. I've had people say to me, I couldn't get the time off. And in the 11th hour, my boss says, you know what, go ahead and take that day off you wanted. Like the day before. Went up until, no way can we spare you. So you do your part. Tell the universe to do its part. You show up, they clear the obstacles, and we'll see you there.
Well, there you have it. Between such phenomenal spiritual teachers, the electromagnetic energy of Sedona, this promises to be a truly transformational event. And not just for those present, but we're going to send a powerful wave of love and light across the entire matrix. Thank you so very much, Maureen.
My pleasure, and I'm so looking forward to being with you, Suzanne. It'll be awesome.
Thank you. Many blessings.